Welcome, Northeast Conference fans, to our latest NEC Now podcast on the NEC Overtime Pod. I am joined by St. Francis University's women's basketball head coach, Keila Whittington. Today, we will be discussing the growing role of diverse coaching staffs. Coach, thank you for being here today.
Thank you. I am really happy to be here with you today.
Yes, I'm super excited. So you got your first taste for coaching as a graduate assistant at the University of Delaware, and I was listening to you speak on the podcast SFU Made. And during this podcast, you said that while you enjoyed your time as an assistant coach at various institutions, you knew you wanted to take it to the next level and become a head coach. I would love to hear a bit more about your path from Delaware onwards and what exactly brought you to St. Francis and why that head coach title was so important to you.
Well, I had a number of years from Delaware here to St. Francis. After grad school, I got my first head coaching job at University of Rhode Island. I spent 2 years there. Then I went on to the Indiana University and was an assistant for 5 years, and went to the University of South Alabama for a year, and then came back up to the East Coast and spent 6 years at Penn State. From Penn State, I went to Marist for 2 years, then on to Oregon for 3 years, kind of making the rounds throughout the country. Then came back on this side of the country and spent a year at University of Memphis. And I was out of coaching for a couple of years, but my heart was still very much in it. So I got back into coaching at Marist for 2 years. And I knew that when I came back into coaching, working at Marist, that while I was out, I was talking to God, I'm going to say, and I always had these dreams about being a head coach. And because I wasn't in coaching at the time, I felt that the only way to accomplish those dreams was to be in coaching. To be a head coach, I had to be coaching somewhere. I didn't think that someone was just going to magically call me at home and say, "Hey, coach, come and be our head coach." So I chose to get back into coaching at that time, and I knew that this time around, my dreams were going to come true. So it worked out at the end of the season at Marist in 2019 that this position at St. Francis was open, and it just spoke to me in a lot of different ways as a Catholic person, and in Pennsylvania, only an hour south of Penn State where I had coached before. There were just a lot of things that I liked about the position, and I felt it was time. And things worked out, and I got the job, and just really excited to be here and to finally have that dream come true.
Yeah. So you mentioned before, and I also heard you on the podcast talk about your faith. So I have to imagine St. Francis's religious roots were really important to you.
Yes, they are. This is a Franciscan university that speaks a lot about the values that I believe in, and I've always trusted in. And I actually have a brother who's a priest. Well, so it was just great to. I had always had a thought about coaching at a school where I could have a priest sitting on my bench.
Mm-hmm.
That was just also always something special to me, and this is a place where we can make that happen. Our chaplain, Father Joe, doesn't like to sit on the bench. He likes to sit behind the bench, but he's close enough.
Yes.
But no, I think to be able to share that type of experience with my staff and with my team, it was like the first time I was able to openly pray myself, leading my team in prayer and sharing scripture with them, and talking openly about faith and religion, and with other people. I felt like coming to St. Francis, I could finally have that opportunity to be used in a way that I was able to do it a little bit at other institutions, but here at St. Francis, it's welcomed. They really wanted me to be able to share things like that.
Yeah, and I have to imagine there is a big difference between St. Francis and those big state schools you were at as far as just the religious aspect. So as you had mentioned, you have significant coaching experience at the Division I level in various capacities, including Marist, Oregon, Penn State, Delaware. What advantages have you seen firsthand that female coaches can offer to these female athletes?
Well, just the opportunity that you have, first and foremost, to be a student athlete, that women's basketball has programs where you can earn a full scholarship.
Mhm.
Um, we had a team meeting with my team yesterday, and I said, first and foremost, you're a student athlete here at St. Francis. Many people don't get that opportunity to get a full scholarship and come to be a student first, as well as to be able to play Division I college basketball. So, we encourage them to take advantage of every single thing that's given to them here at St. Francis, and to want to be that role model, to be that presence on the campus that people look up to, and understand that, yes, they're basketball players, but they're students, and they're serious students. We have players here that are in some very rigorous majors, and they're focused. And I said, everybody wants to know you, but your professors want to know you, but you have to want to know them. You have to put forth that effort to show them that you are a serious student and it's not just about basketball. So we preach academics first here. I said, they looked at me a little funny, but I made the comment that, everybody here is not trying to go into the WNBA. And I said, we'd be very appreciative if anybody from St. Francis could play in the WNBA. But you came here for that college degree. And that's why we're here. We're here to help you to achieve those goals, but also to be a very competitive women's basketball program that has been known to win championships in the NEC. And we want to carry on that tradition.
Yeah, that's really great. It's a little off topic, but you mentioned you had a team meeting yesterday. What has that been looking like, during the virus and everything? And obviously just being so still new to the school and the team, how have you been navigating that?
Well, we focused in this off season, in the spring and the summer, and in this whole transition, just trying to continue to get to know each other, to build that team chemistry. And we talked about when we came back to campus that it doesn't end with all the work that we did uh, while we were away. It gets even bigger and better and stronger right now. And we're sitting 6 feet apart in a very gigantic room with masks on, and just talking and chatting. And I just asked them to be okay with not knowing.
Mm-hmm.
We
Okay.
don't know anything. We as a staff don't know anything. They're going to class with other people in class right now. They're walking around campus. They're living in the dorms. They're running out for errands at the different stores around the area. Um, they're not necessarily working out in facilities right now because we just want them to get back and adjust to being around people
Yeah.
again. And they have a lot of questions they want to know. And I said, you just have to be okay with not knowing right now, and to trust us, to trust when I say I don't know. Because coaches never want to say those words. We always want to know. We always want to be able to help them and encourage them to be involved and to do things. But for the first time, I have to tell them, I don't know. I don't know about the season. I don't know about tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
What the season's going to look like. But let's just take it one day at a time. And that's what I asked them. It's going to be one day at a time from here on out. And we're going to be as honest and truthful with you as we can.
Yeah, that's really, really great advice, because I feel like as athletes, you're so used to having this game plan.
Right.
Just knowing if I do this and I do this, I'll have this outcome. So I'm sure it's definitely uncomfortable for them. But it's great that you're really just being able to guide them in that way and getting them kind of used to that new frontier of not knowing.
Absolutely. For the first time, I wasn't able to give my team a team calendar.
Yes.
Because we always have a plan. We live by plans. We're very organized and very detailed on stuff. And I said, right now, let's just go to class. Let's just do what your professors are asking, and, continue the ways of bonding and getting to know each other, and coming together as a team, socially distanced with masks on and things like that. But we don't have a plan. And that's disturbing, in some ways for us as a staff, for our athletic department, for our university. And it's disturbing for them because they want order. They want you to guide them through things, and we can't right now. So I'm just asking them to trust, trust us and trust in the decisions that are being made for their well-being.
Yes, definitely. So as of right now, the NEC is the only Division I conference where all the women's basketball head coaches are female. Why do you think these roles are not filled by women as often as they can be, especially with like your kind of wealth of national experience? What have you seen? What do you think?
uh, you know, uh, as they say, people look for um, great people to fill the positions, and there has been a big push. I'm going to say the whole time I've been involved in college basketball to get more women involved, to get women hired, and uh, the people in the hiring positions, athletic directors, university presidents, people in administration are normally males, and sometimes males prefer to see people that they're comfortable with, which is often sometimes males as well. But the opportunities are out there for women, and we have to keep knocking on the door. We have to keep being persistent. And I was persistent. I had been a head coach for 25 years. And in the 26th year, here I am as a first time head coach.
Mhm.
I think it's about not letting people discourage you for the dreams that you want for yourself. That's how we continue to serve as role models for each other in coaching, for our student athletes, and for other females, that if we have that dream and that desire to accomplish things that we want to do, then we have to keep being persistent and keep knocking on those doors. And sometimes we got to knock down those doors and let people know that I'm not going to take it. I want more. I want better. And this is how I'm going to go about doing it, with people respecting you for the way that you approach those situations.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of great people, I'd like to talk a little bit about your supporting staff, which consists of 3 women and a Black man. You have Rachel Hopsicker and Janine Wasielewski, I hope I said that right, as assistant coaches, Natalie Nab as director of basketball operations, and Chris Eddings, who is your graduate assistant. Having interviewed for these various coaching positions around the league yourself and gaining experience in that way, what went into your selection process for your own staff?
Well, I just wanted people first. First and foremost, good people, great people, I'm going to say. Um, I think that I have enough experience that I feel comfortable teaching people the job, the different responsibilities that you have in coaching. But I wanted to know that I had good people. We're at a Catholic institution. We are in Loretto, PA. Our university is on the top of a mountain. And I think our university is also a very special place. So I wanted people who wanted to be here at St. Francis first, but also wanted to be here to help me achieve and accomplish the dreams and the goals that I set forth as the head coach at St. Francis. And each person wanted to be here. They wanted to be a part of what we're trying to do. And, I'm going to add 2 more females in the coming weeks to the staff, another assistant coach and another graduate assistant. And it's all about getting the right people in place that want to be a part of your vision. Everybody that says, Coach, I want to work with you, I want to coach with you, they don't necessarily want to be a part of your vision. So you have to make sure that you're finding the right people who have some experience as well. I think I have some experienced people on the staff, and some that we're going to have to help teach and train on how to do the job. But first and foremost, people who wanted to be here at St. Francis and wanted to share my vision.
Yeah, and what is that vision you're looking to accomplish in the coming years?
Well, when I took this job at St. Francis, all the boosters let me know that there had been 4 head coaches ahead of me, and every one of them had won a championship. So they're like, Coach, it's all on you now. So there's championship tradition here. There's a lot of history and tradition here on winning at St. Francis. So we're going about it the same way. We're finding local talent. We're finding successful student athletes who can be successful here in the classroom at St. Francis, as well as on the court, student athletes who want to work hard and do all the little things to um, to help us achieve those goals. And you know, we're also we're growing up in the process. We're helping people to grow up and be great people in their lives and in their careers. And we're excited about what we're building here. I think we were able to lay the foundation last year, and now we're able to see the fruits of our labor with the recruiting class that we have, with the 2021 class and the future recruits who are interested. And we're just moving forward and accomplishing what we set out to do, and that was to continue that winning and championship tradition that was already in place before we got here.
Yeah, that's great. I look forward to seeing what you guys accomplish in the coming years. Okay, so according to the most recent NCAA diversity database data, only 41% of women's sports are led by female head coaches. That number drops to only 3% of women's teams that are led by Black women. How impactful is representation in the student athlete experience, and how have you personally approached this space?
Well, I see myself as a role model, as a woman, but more importantly, as a Black woman. I think representation is really crucial, especially in this day and age, for women's basketball, because a number of athletes that play basketball are Black females. I think the statistics are so much higher for the sport of basketball than it is for any other sport. And student athletes want to see people who look like them. They want to see strong women, women in power, women who can speak confidently, women who that they can trust, and women who can lead a team and lead meetings and be in a room with other males and exude confidence and speak like they know what they're talking about. I think that they want to know that they can achieve and accomplish these goals, whether it's as a coach or whether it's as a business person or a teacher in the classroom or a principal or a doctor or a lawyer. Representation for Black females is crucial, especially in this day and age when the number is so low, 3% for all sports, across the country. That I'm going to say that's a sad figure, and that makes it more important for me to help put myself out there in other ways than just being on the basketball court and getting out in the athletic department and getting out on the campus here at St. Francis and letting other people see that there is a woman in a position of authority, in a position of leadership, and that I am strong and I am confident and that I do speak up and share and encourage and motivate and do more things than just blow my whistle on the court and ask my people to run the plays. They want to see that. Females want to see that. I think it's also very important for males to see strong women as well. You know, a lot of males relate to their mothers as strong women, but for males, but most importantly females, to see strong women, that's has always been a special thing for me, but it's very important that we continue to have women in positions of leadership to serve as role models for young women, especially young Black women.
Yeah, in the conversations I've been having so far, a very, very common theme is if you can see it, you can be it. And it feels like you're kind of reflecting that similar sentiment.
Absolutely. That quote I used when I was in college at Dillard University in New Orleans. I used that quote. I was running for the queen, the university queen,
Okay.
and I actually used that quote. If you can imagine it, if you can imagine it, you can achieve it. If you can dream it, you can become it. And I surely believe that. And there have been Black women before me in the business. Not a whole lot. That we didn't have many when I was coming into the business in the early 90s that were in positions of leadership in women's basketball. But these days there are more. And I think that women, especially the Black women that I've been able to meet on this journey, they want to be in those leadership roles. They want to show women it's great to be confident, to be able to share your vision, to have dreams, to have goals, and to go full steam and accomplish anything that you'd like to do.
Yeah. And in your opinion, what do you think the Northeast Conference can do to best support the young men and women at our institutions?
I think the Northeast Conference can continue to be a resource for these young Black men and women to provide opportunities for internships, whether it's in the summer or postgraduate opportunities, or to send people to our campus for workshops. And now that we're all so great at Zoom, I think having Zoom opportunities, to just to get in front of people, to take some time to share and to be resources for these student athletes or these students to know that we're here for you, we see you, and we want to help you. And that, it's all about working together. The NEC, all in, we got to be all in for everything, not just in basketball, not just in athletics, but as a conference, I think, giving people an opportunity to have opportunities, placing these opportunities in front of people to take advantage of. A lot of times people will say, well, I don't know where to go and I don't know where to look. Well, then let's get those resources out there and let's share that information and allow these student athletes to be a part of things like this with other people who look like them, I'm going to say, but also people that they aspire to be like in their chosen career.
Yeah, that's all great and really, really valuable input. And just by way of wrap up, do you have any just final kind of advice or words of encouragement for young women looking to pursue careers in collegiate athletics or even looking to play at the NCAA level?
For anyone who's looking to play in the NCAA Division I, Division II, Division III, or to get into college coaching, whether that's in basketball or volleyball or any sport, it's to find role models that you like and pick their brain. Don't be afraid to reach out. There are many people in the business, in our business, as well as in any business, who are willing to share and give advice and encouragement. And many people are always afraid, young people especially, they're afraid to reach out and ask questions and use their resources. I have always been a person to reach out to people and follow up with personal notes, or during these days or these times, email is easy, getting someone's phone number, using their social media accounts. People are afraid of being told no, but what about those yeses that you're going to get? You know what I'm saying? I think you're going to get so many more yeses if you just put yourself out there. You have to. We can't read minds. You know what? We as coaches, we're really good, but we can't read minds. And unless you're willing to use those voices that you have, use that advice that you've been given so long ago to put yourself out there. Like, I think young adults work too hard on their games to get better. Everybody's hiring trainers and strength coaches and speed and agility coaches, and they're working hard. So why not use that to your advantage? Why not then reach out to that coach and tell them that you like their school? Figure out how you can find someone who knows someone who can help you get the ear of the coach at the school that you really like. If there's a job that you want, if you want to know if there's a grad assistantship or an internship available, we have to be more proactive in getting the things that we want and in doing the things that we want to do. And I think the opportunities are out there. Sometimes it takes a little research, but sometimes it just takes you getting that little nudge from someone saying, hey, go for it.
Yeah.
If that's what you want, then let's do it. Let's find a way. Let's get these young folks out there finding a way to accomplish those dreams and those goals, because I think opportunities are out there for them.
Yeah, that's really, really great advice. Thank you so much, Coach, again, for just taking the time to sit down and speak with me. I'm really, really excited to see what you do with your platform in the coming years and with your team, and I wish you all the best luck.
Well, thank you so much. I'm really excited that we have a conference like the NEC with a strong commissioner in Noreen Morris and all of her staff. I'm really appreciative of everything that they've done for me, as a new head coach this past year and moving forward into year two. Like, let's go all in and let's take advantage of everything that we can do to help each other, and especially anybody that we consider serving as role models for.
That was St. Francis University women's basketball coach Keila Whittington, and this has been NEC Now.